It's your girl, Lac Baby. From the boot where the real ones talk slick and walk heavy. She don't do rumors, she do receipts. If you said it, she got it. If you did it, she show it. Truth teller, big stepper. That's Lac Baby, no pressure. Yeah, truth teller, big stepper. That's Lac Baby, no pressure. Yeah. Straight out of Louisiana, she don't duck, no smoke. Call her the queen of receipts, she keeping folks woke. From fake friends to baby daddies getting exposed. If it's messy, she gon' clean it up. Real talk mode. Independent, raw and loud with it. She ain't scared of nothing, she proud with it. So if you coming fake, don't step in her lane. She call names and receipts, gon' explain. Truth, Lac Baby. All truth, all gas, no brakes. Truth teller, big stepper. That's Lac Baby, no pressure. Yeah, truth teller, big stepper. That's Lac Baby, no pressure. Yeah, it's Lac Baby. All truth, all gas, no brakes. Yeah, all truth, all gas, no brakes. No brakes.
Yeah, you tuned in to Lac Baby. She don't follow trends, she follow facts. Receipts ready, energy heavy. Let's go.
L-U-P-A-C, baby don't play, she speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back, all receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-E-N-T, bring in truth to the streets.
Go. She don't do drama, she drop data. Scroll the page, now or later. You'll see lies get exposed and the fake get froze like refrigerators. Name ring bells like second line. Speak real, no need to lie. She from the south with a strong survivor. Snakes don't make it out alive.
L-U-P-A-C, ain't no faking on the screen. Call a judge, call a jury, she deliver with that heat. You won't clap, but she got truth, no sugar in her speech. Independent, bold and real, this Lac Baby, capiche?
They scrolling, she exposing. They trolling, she compose. See, Lac don't just react, she the code what's not disclosed. From screenshots to timelines, receipts in real time. You playing checkers, she playing chess. Every move defined, got that hustle in her bones. No cosign built her own. Views go up when she speak up. This platform here a throne.
L-U-P-A-C, baby don't bend, she speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back, all receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-D-N-T, bring in truth to the streets. L-U-A-C, baby don't bend. She that truth in your feed when the lies get blown. Y'all watching, y'all lurking, but she grown. L-U-A-C, baby don't be. She that truth in your feed when the lies get blown. Y'all watching, y'all lurking, but she grown.
This ain't gossip, this ain't rumors. This is real talk, backed by real proof. Welcome to Lac Baby, where every video got purpose.
Hey y'all, happy Thursday. What is up, everybody? Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being tuned in on this good old Thursday, baby. The week is almost over, y'all. Thank you, God, because it's been a week for me. Trying to get readjusted to these school schedules is hell, y'all. It been messing with me. My sleep schedule, all of that. So, but we getting there. But it looked like soon as you start getting readjusted when the weekend hit, it kind of mess you up a little bit too. But it's all good. We gonna get it together. Shout out to y'all for being tuned in. Y'all can see my voice cracking a little bit. I don't know what's going on with that, child. I don't know what's going on with that. But I do have my little coffee by me. But we gonna definitely get through this one too. Okay, period. Let me see who we got in here so we can get started and get these lies out, y'all. Cause y'all know we be telling lies over here. So lies with receipts. It's crazy. Y'all know how we do over here, child. Let me see. Let me see who in the building. Let me go up. Hold up. Hey, sweet queen. Shout out to you for forever holding on your girls. Chat, you are appreciated, my love. We got Gracie in the building, my bro Terry, of course, coming through with the black and gold hearts, copyright and fair use. We got Since You Know So Much. She say filing a new motion in the state of Georgia doesn't bench the old motion. I thought I would just say that for the people in the bag. Hey, Lupa, thank you for that, my love. You are appreciated. Hey, my love. You say looks like he won to me. That hair and that new hair and Dr. Jill's clear message are working. Oh, we gonna get into it, y'all. We gonna tell the lies, but we gonna provide the receipts with the lies. You know, we gonna do it all. We gonna do it all. Let me see. Let me go up. I gotta read this though. Mila says, yet the key word that some people across the street are missing is temporary. If it ain't even over, I mean, it ain't even over. Child custody is never rushed. And I'm happy that Robert is done playing the kind guy. Hashtag real father. Y'all, if you was in my live yesterday, then you know that one of the things that I did do was go over some legal definition. Let me just, ad lib that right on in there. We went over a few definitions like uh what was it, y'all? Child can't even remember. Just know we went over some definitions that were in the order that was updated yesterday. We went over it. We went over it. Hey, Mr. Reese. Hey, Miss E. Hey, Christina. Hey, Miss Cheryl Zags, my Louisiana sister, Scorpio Steens. We got Miss Geraldine. We got 88 Bryant in the building. Miss Lisa, Nana Karen, Michaela, Miss Lenora. We got, hold on, let me go down. Let's see. Dang, hold up. Hold up. Still the same baby. Y'all was talking in that chat. Y'all was Hey Zaisha. Who else? Let me see. I can't get to the rest of the people. Miss Jackie Rogers. We got Trina Michelle in the building. Tyrese with the T. Miss Tracy. We got K Monet. Miss Erin, my love. Lachelle. We got, hold on, let's see. Miss Jackie H. We got Latate Eminem, of course. How are you going to be on time? No, just a few minutes late. Per usual, if I'm on time, something might be wrong, y'all. Unless it's an interview. Hey, Lady J. Who else in here? Sierra Boy, Snoopy. Shout out to you. We got, let me see. Dang, y'all. Baby, y'all was talking today. I can't even get to everybody. Thank you, Ranita, for my first super. For these lies, I'm finna tell, girl. You paying for lies, okay? Just letting you know that. You paying for some lies, child. Hey, Miss Janice Willie. Hey, Tokyo Blues. Who else? Let's see. Malibu Genies. We got Miss Ramona G in the building. Miss Lila. We got Daryl. Shout out to you. Because we don't see too many fellas that be in the chat. We got a handful in the saga, and that's it, y'all. So shout out to the fellas that do tune in. Queen Sag, Miss Shalonda. We got Miss Jackie Moore, who me. Yeah, you. Black Knight, Nika. Michelle the Bell, one of my other beautiful minds, Star Smith. There's Talia. We got Martha Blanca in this thing. We got, hold up, let's see, Angel, Miss Miriam. We got Miss Green Eyes in the building, Miss Tina. You say my grandbabies be jamming to your intro songs and know some of the words, laugh out loud. Okay, y'all know we love the babies over here. We love the babies now. Hey, Miss Roslyn. Hey, Queen Irie. Who else? Let's see. Chosen by God is in the building. We got Miss Tanisha. We got, hold on, let's see, y'all. Dang. We got Miss Marie. We got Miss Pamela, Precious, Brandy, Capricorn 88 in this thing. Miss Gwen, Miss Toya Wick. We got, let's see, Rakita. Shout out to you, my love. Who else? CS in the building. Gianna, of course. Miss Robin Buttercup. We got Miss E. We got Miss Renee Vaughn. Let's see. Hey, Brittany. You say F what a hater say. Period. Period. Y'all know we don't entertain the foolishness. I will give a little one too, though. I got to give a little one too, little disclaimer, though. Hey, it don't matter. Hey, Miss Roz. Hey, Miss LaRonda, Sister Gal. I like that name. Okay? I like that. Miss Erica, Jay, of course, Miss LaRonda. We got Joy is Real. Thank you for that super, my love. You say you can't lose what you agree to. Child, listen. If that ain't the statement right there, I love that. Shout out to you and thank you for that super chat. That's it, y'all. That's it. That's all. But y'all know one of the things that I said yesterday was, and that I'm real big on is y'all going to look at things for yourself. And that's one of the disclaimers that I give all the time. I don't know too many liars that tell their people that. I always say, y'all, I can give y'all the facts, I can give y'all the receipts, I can give y'all my opinion, my perspective, but it's always good to go look at something for yourself because everybody's perspective and how they view things is different. I say that all the time. And my thing is, too, is that if you're going to call somebody a liar for the dummies in the back, you need to prove that. It holds no weight if you don't have the proof to show where the lie is. You have to prove that what is being stated is a lie. Other than that, you just talking. That's just like me calling Joy is Real. I could say right now, oh, Joy is a lie, y'all. But what's validating that? What am I saying that can prove that she's a liar? Make it make sense. Okay. We logical over here. We logical. Just like if I call Laonya, which the nickname fits, a liar, guess how many videos I got to back up that claim? You can look all on my platform to see how many times she's told lies with the proof. Period. So we're gonna do that, we gotta come with it. If we're gonna call somebody a liar. Now, what you can do if we being professional, if we're being adults, what you can do is say, hey, that's their opinion and mine is different. And that's it. I agree to disagree. That's how adults move. But just to call somebody a liar because you don't agree with what they're saying or because you don't know the definition or the how to differentiate between an opinion, perspective / fact, that's on your body, baby. That's on your body. And hopefully people are smart enough to know that just because somebody says somebody is a liar doesn't mean it holds any weight. Make sure y'all know we've been doing this thing for a long time, baby. A long time. Ask for that proof. Show me that. Because if you was in my live stream yesterday, then you know that the only thing that I did in the live was read the paperwork. I read the paperwork, and one thing that I stand on is when I said they're going to go back to court. Period. Is that a fact or an opinion? That's my opinion. But at the end of the day, I stand on it. And I was willing to put money on it too. I was willing to put money on the knowledge that I have when it comes to family court. So at the end of the day, whether people believe it or not, that's on them. But time will tell. Time will tell. But you can't just say somebody lying because they say that. That's just like me saying, oh, the other person is lying because they say they're not going back to court. No, I'm not going to say that because they might just feel that way. They might just feel like they're not going back to court. So that don't make it a lie. Child, people crazy. And the fact that the order literally says temporary and that the remaining issues are reserved literally validates the fact that they going back to court. Like, how much more clear can it be made? These people are crazy, y'all. These people are crazy. Poor child, but we shall see. Time will tell. But like I said, anybody want to place that wager, I'm always open to it. If you willing to put a little coin behind your knowledge, hit me up in my inbox. You want to put that, that make that little wager. If not, be cool. Be cool. Anyways, let me go down. Hey, Courtney. Let me see them people live with a straight face. They evil dogs. Hey, Miss Melody. Who else in here? Let's see, y'all. Let me go down. Hey, Miss Darlene. Hey, Miss Joy Israel. And thank you again for that super. We got Miss D in the building. We got, hold up, let's see, Tricey Trice. Let's see, Miss Novella. We got Miss Gloria, Rose 6565, Sweet Ness, Miss Linda Mosley, Miss Lolita, and I'm gonna stop it there, y'all. Shout out to everybody that's coming through. Y'all know I don't want to do too much with the formalities with the intro because we be having 20 people in here. Like we be lit. Okay, so I'll be naming people all day. At this point, I'm gonna just give a collective hate to everybody. I appreciate everybody that's coming in. Throughout the live, I will shout more people out one by one as I go through the live, like I always do. But I ain't gonna keep going with it. Okay. But if y'all would like to bless me monetarily, you can cash at me at $Lupac2 or 1, but preferably, $Lupac2 because that's the one that I'm logged into. You can also buy me a coffee. Shout out to my coffee people. You can also support the platform by getting a super chat or a super sticker. I do have a little goal set of 15. It ain't much, it ain't mandatory, but it's greatly, greatly appreciated because it contributes to the revenue of this particular live stream, y'all. You could also support the platform by getting a membership. Shout out to all my new members because y'all still clocking in with the memberships, baby. Members only live. If I don't do it tomorrow, it's gonna be Saturday because I gotta update y'all on some stuff. So either tomorrow or Saturday, we'll have our members only live. What else? Make sure y'all watching them ads and please, please, please hit that like button, y'all. Turn me up with the likes. Period. That's number one for me. Turn me up with the likes. And if we have anybody in the building that's not sub to the channel, subscribe because I'm only 10 subs away from 9K. So hit that subscription button. Sub to your girl. Especially if you find yourself in here on a regular, you gotta keep putting my name in the search bar because you ain't sub and getting them notifications. Sub. So hit the little bell, child. Hit the little bell. Anyway, let me make it to the bottom and we're gonna get into it. We're gonna put these facts, these receipts on the screen. Okay? Because that's what we do over here. We don't just give an opinion. Mind you, we have a right to our commentary, but we actually provide receipts. We ain't trying to hide nothing from the supporters. If RH is wrong on something, and my members could tell you this, when it was times where we'll be reading court documents and members only, and it looked like it was something in favor of Laonia, I would say it because I'm not here for that. I'm not here to be deceptive. You can still have an opinion about somebody's behavior or a dislike towards a person and still be truthful while doing it. That's what some people don't know how to do, though. And then they want to project it onto other people. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Keep that delusion and that craziness over there. What did he agree to that is so upsetting? We're gonna get into it, Miss Roz. We're gonna get into it. Thank you for that super. I appreciate you. We finna get into it, y'all, because what I'm about to put on the screen is the initial order. That way we can show y'all, well, I can show y'all that he literally got everything he asked for, but it's not over with yet. They ain't even did the custody yet. And that's another thing that went over people's heads. That is a temporary consent order, not a temporary court order, temporary consent order, because it's a difference also. When it comes to temporary court orders, that is a order when they can't get it together in court, meaning they can't agree in court. The temporary court order is issued by the judge, whether the two parties agree or not. And you don't need to be a lawyer to know that. You just got to have a little knowledge and a little common sense. Okay? Just a little bit, child. Okay? Period. And another thing I did tell y'all too is that if you have somebody, I told y'all this in my live yesterday, if you have somebody in your family that has, some type of legal expertise, whether it's a lawyer, paralegal, or whatever, consult with them. Get the paperwork. Like I said, it's public record. Anybody can access it. If I could get it, well, I have a source that gets it for me, right? But y'all can easily access it. Y'all can get it, pay a couple little dollars, because you got to pay for it. It ain't much. It ain't nothing but a couple dollars, y'all. And get somebody that that has that expertise to look over it and tell you what's what. That's it. Nobody has to be confused when it comes to this situation. But I still try to do my best to, explain everything, the receipts as far like when I get them, I explain them to y'all, whatever, based on my knowledge. It's common. Well, everybody don't have common sense, child. But you would think that people would understand the overall goal when it comes to this situation. Like, of course, this is a reaction channel. This is me giving my reaction. This is me giving commentary, my perspective, my opinion. Is it always rooted in fact? No, because it's an opinion, perspective, commentary. Nobody on God's green earth will ever be 100% when it comes to giving an opinion, because opinions are not always rooted in fact. It's opinions. Duh. Like these people are nuts. Like they are nuts for real. But you just can't be out here trying to call nobody no lie because you disagree. Just say you disagree and that's it. And let the cards go lie where they lie. Because only time will tell when they go to court. Now, if they don't go to court, then you can say, oh, well, Pac got it wrong. But if they do, just know that. Y'all know I don't do drama, right? Y'all know Pac don't do drama. I keep it professional. But just know that when that court date hit for this one, I'm calling something out. Period. Like I will be calling something out. Because don't play with me. Don't play with me, baby. Let's just leave that. I'm gonna just sit that right there. Okay? But anyways, let's get into it. Let me pull this up, y'all. Hold up. Let me see. Oh yeah. So I still got it on my screen, matter of fact. We went over because I Googled what does reserve mean in legal terms. I Googled that. And we also Googled, because reserve was one of the words that was in the order that was uploaded yesterday to the courts, right? Matter of fact, let's put it back on the screen real quick before I pull up the other order. Just a little quick recap. Let me see. Wait, it is the first one. Okay. So this is one of the things that we went over yesterday, y'all. Latay in here, I don't see her. I don't see her. Where's she at? Hey Latay, what's up, my love? Shout out to you. Thank you for being tuned in. I gotta catch your live from earlier. I was busy earlier, so I'm gonna go back and watch your live later. That's why I went live early too, so I could get my live done, y'all. So I could get it done, y'all. But yeah, when that court day hit, just remember Pac gonna call some shout out, okay? She will. And then y'all just charge it to the game. I gotta do that one though. I got to. Because y'all gonna quit playing with my name. Y'all gonna quit trying to play on my top. Okay? Y'all gonna quit that. Y'all gonna quit that. But anyways, so we went over this yesterday, y'all, because like I said, reserve is one of the, let me pull that up on my phone. Hold up. Thank you, Nika. Thank you for that cash out blessing, my love. I appreciate you. Okay, hold up, y'all. Let's see. Just a little refresher. Wait, that's not it. Let me see. think it was no. Okay, so number 7, and we will go over the order that was uploaded yesterday too, because I'm going to compare, just to show y'all that RH got everything that well, not everything because it's not over. They still got to go through the custody situation, but some of the stuff that he asked for, mainly everything that was on this order, is what he asked for. The only thing that really benefited her was the passport situation, but it benefited both parties because he'll be able to take baby girl out of the country too if he wants to. So that was beneficial for both, right? Okay. So number 7 on that order from yesterday, it says all other issues not expressly addressed herein are reserved, right? So that's why I pulled up this definition, just to give people clarity and to kind of break it down so people knows what that means. So it says in legal terms, reserved generally means something is set aside, kept back, or held for later use or consideration. It implies a deliberate action to retain a right, power, or something else rather than relinquishing or immediately acting on it. Okay, so that's what that is, y'all. And another thing that was on the order that was a key in this situation, I feel like, hold on, let's take this down, was the very first line on the order. It says consent temporary order. This is not a temporary court order. This is a consent temporary order. And it's a difference because when it's dealing with consent temporary orders, this is something that the two parties agree on temporarily, period. And when it comes to a temporary court order, it's because they can't agree while they're in a hearing or whatever, mediation, and the judge has to make a quick decision for them, whether they agree or not. Look it up. If I'm lying on that, look that up too. Okay? So it says consent temporary order. The parties in the above style matter having come to a temporary agreement on some of the pending issues in this matter. And this court having read and approved saying it is hereby ordered as follows. And that's when it goes into the little custody situation for him to get his makeup weekends or whatever. Okay. Now let me pull something else up, y'all. Hold on. Let's take this down. Take it down. Since I didn't already read this, I can take this down. Cool. Okay. I want to leave this one up. Let me leave this one up. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get it together. Where's my email? Oh shoot, I didn't log that. Hold on, y'all. Dang it. Oh no, I didn't. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up, and y'all know I don't normally put the court docs on the screen, but I kind of redacted it just a little. I redacted the information that don't need to be on the screen because I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see this. Okay, I want y'all to see it. That way, nobody can say I mix no words up. Because one thing we ain't gonna do over here is present opinions as facts. Period. We don't do that over here. Let me pull this up. Yes, hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button and support my little goal if y'all can. If y'all can't, just run them likes up. I ain't hard to please. Lord, my coffee done got cold. Okay, let me pull this up. And then we're going to do a little comparison for the ones in the back. Because I did get a few screenshots of people that was kind of like concerned, not our side, but people that was asking whether Bree won in court or not, right? So I would think that, what? Let me say this, because now I feel like you got to give context to everything that you say because they will literally take what you say and twist it. So this is my opinion, but I think based on the contempts that RH had lined up against her, which hasn't even been addressed yet, some of them, but not the majority, let's say that too, I would think that she probably was happy that she didn't go to jail while they was at court. Yeah, that's probably why she was excited, because the cards was definitely stacked against her. Definitely. Based on all of those contempts, yeah. I'd say she probably was shaking in her boots for that. Now, is that a lie too? let me let me stop, y'all. Lord, listen. What one thing about me is I don't let stuff get to me. Like, I'm a little different. Like stuff like that don't bother me, but I'm gonna play with it a little bit. Like I'm gonna make some jokes now. Don't get it twisted. But the fact that a lot of these people are adults, that's the part that kind of behooves me. Like y'all supposed to be adults. That is crazy. But anyways, I hope y'all can see this. Can y'all see it, or is it like really, really small? Can y'all zoom in and see it? Because I don't think I can make it any bigger. Let me see. Let's see if I can put it on my other screen. But I don't think even if I put it on the other screen, it still might not make it bigger. We can try though. Let's see. We can try. Let me do this. Oh, it looks like it did make bigger. Did it? Oh no. Okay, it kind of looked like it made. Is it bigger, y'all? It's very small. Look at it now since I moved it to my other screen. How is it now? 4:59 in the building. Run them lights up, y'all. Is it what is giving now, y'all? I'm gonna need Can't Get Right to give him his page back like pronto. I be watching from my TV. Oh, so you good, Rise? But is it giving like for the ones that's not watching from the TV? God's child D say pinch your two fingers together. All y'all have to do is zoom in. Hey, the real McCoy. I can't make it no bigger, y'all. This is the biggest I can get it. So y'all gonna have to yeah, because I put it on my other screen, and I even clicked on it to enlarge it even more. So this is the biggest I can get it. But this is the initial contempt order right here. Okay. This is the initial one. So hold on, let me go to it on my phone so I can read it. And then we're gonna compare, y'all. We're gonna compare, period. So we can see what actually benefited RH in the order that happened day before. In the court that happened day before yesterday, right? So people can stop saying that, he gave her grace and all of that, because he really didn't. He really didn't. And like I say, as far as now and moving forward, people just gotta be patient, y'all. This is like a custody situation. So everybody just gonna have to be patient. It's gonna take some time. But we've been saying, matter of fact, not even just Georgia, but any state, y'all, it is not easy to remove a child from a mother. That's not easy. So that takes time. It's a buildup unless you have like an emergency situation going on that directly affects the child. I know a lot of people are, it's a lot of controversy surrounding the Walt situation, but that right there is tricky, y'all. That's a tricky situation. So, unfortunately. And I don't want to say this, but I did get some advice on that from my attorney when it comes to the Walt situation. But when it comes to those type of situations involving child sexual abuse, now I think that RH knew that the best he can do in that situation is, of course, he reported it to the courts, is in his paperwork or whatever, and have it as a outline, as a stipulation in the decree. So, because being that a lot of times, y'all, it's hard to say this because I don't like talking about this stuff. So that's why I'm kind of rambling. But a lot of times when it involves a child sexual abuse, if that child has not been directly touched, it ain't too much you can do. So when I say he really did the best he could, and this is me having a discussion with my attorney about this situation, and him advising me on his knowledge and what he knows about these type of things. He said that the courts are real tricky Now they don't play about it. Let me say that. But a lot of times, if that child hasn't been directly affected by that, then it ain't too much you can do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too much. And seeing as how he's not registered because the registration thing, law or whatever, didn't go into play until 2 years after his conviction, it makes a difference to y'all. It makes a big difference. So yeah, I think the most he can do, but you know, that's definitely going to be addressed once they go through the custody situation. All of that has to be addressed. All of that. All of that. Literally. Like, so just be patient. Um, Thank you, Common Collective. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. Okay, so this says this is the original one, y'all. It says affidavit in support of additional contempt findings. Additional meaning more, right? More is literally adding to the other ones that they have. So this is just one section of it. All he got a lot of contempt. Like I told y'all, I've been reading contempt since March, child. So it's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot, and the judge gonna have to look at all that. So it says this affidavit is submitted in support of additional findings of contempt against the respondent B Battle for repeatedly violating multiple provisions of our final divorce decree, including but not limited to those concerning the safety and supervision of our minor child, A. Hampton, and the ongoing failure to support a cooperative and lawful co-parenting relationship as required by the decree. Okay, and it is underlined exposure of our minor child to individual with criminal history. So let's see, hold on. The final divorce decree under paragraph 4, titled Third Parties, clearly states no third party shall be around the minor child unsupervised if that person has had a conviction for child sexual or physical abuse, right? So let me elaborate on that a little bit. He's always stated in his order, I mean in his paperwork, that he never said that Walt couldn't be around her. He wants it supervised. He wants another adult that doesn't have a record around them at all times. So let's not spin that narrative, and make it seem like something changed with that. No, he put his foot down with that as far as it being supervised. And that's what he wants. Because he knows there's only so much he can do when it comes to that, y'all. Like I told y'all, I got advice on that situation. So it ain't too much, especially without him he's not on the registry because of, the time frame that it went into effect or whatever. But he was convicted for it. Don't get it twisted. The paperwork is there. He did get a conviction. He did I don't know if he did time. I want to say it said time served, but he had to pay a fine and he had probation. You only get probation and fines if you are charged and convicted. Make that make sense. That's literally a repercussion. That's a consequence. That don't happen if you ain't charged. If you ain't convicted, you ain't getting no probation or none of that. Like, anyways. let me see. Hold on, y'all. So, it says, where did we stop? Hold up. Okay, I read that part. So now I'm starting the bottom paragraph, y'all. The bottom paragraph. Y'all can see the part that I just read is in bold black. I'm reading the paragraph towards the bottom, the very first line, just to make sure y'all following. After October 2022, when the respondent made public false allegations of domestic V against me on the social media, speculation began to circulate online regarding Mr. Battle's criminal background. These public rumors prompted me to raise direct concerns with the respondent, both verbally and again during formal mediation. Hold on. Despite multiple opportunities to be transparent, the respondent repeatedly denied that Mr. Battle had any criminal history. Recently, however, I received an unsolicited email from a concerned supporter containing a copy of Mr. Battle's publicly available criminal record profile. Based on this information, I took the responsible step of obtaining a certified copy of Mr. Battle's criminal background from the relevant court authorities, which confirms that he does, in fact, have a criminal record involving actual offenses. This revelation validates my long-standing concerns and confirms that the respondent has not only knowingly violated our custody agreement, but has done so while actively concealing relevant information and undermining the safety protocols established in the final divorce decree. This deliberate misrepresentation during the mediation process provides further evidence of the respondent's ongoing disregard for the safety and best interests of our daughter. All right, let me go up a little bit so y'all can see the bottom part. Okay. So it says, despite this unambiguous provision, the respondent has repeatedly left our daughter in the care of her father, W. Battle, who has an extensive criminal history involving actual acts. Although Mr. Battle is not currently registered as an ex-offender in the state of North Carolina, this is solely because the state's registration requirement did not go into effect until 1996, 2 years after his conviction. Okay, so that's for that. That's that on that, y'all. I just wanted to add that part in. Y'all see, I read it through and through. I ain't ad-libbed it outside of me, giving a little clarity on hold on, which part did I give clarity on? With as far as it being supervised. That's it. I ain't just present no opinion as fact. I read the black and white. Take it as you may for the ones in the back. Because they'll say you lying just because you reading the paperwork, child. Okay. Let me stop. Okay. Let me pull up the other one. Because the next one is very important. Did I take it down? Oh, hold on. I gotta remove it from my other screen. All right. Let me put the other one up. As y'all can see, I did redact, important information off because we don't want to put out no addresses, phone numbers, and stuff like that, child. So let me put this one on the other screen. I wonder if I leave it like this. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Child, I'm tripping. Is it bigger if I leave it like this, y'all? Because I noticed when I let's see. Oh, okay. No. I go to okay. But I can't go to the other side. Oh, that's good. See, y'all done figured out how to make it bigger. Child, okay. I done figured it out, y'all. Now y'all can really see it. We got 507 in the building. Make sure y'all hitting that like button for me. Can somebody tell me what the likes is doing? What the goal is doing? All of the above. Hey, True Slayer, my love. Look like was he convicted because they kept saying he wasn't convicted but charged. Hell, if you ask me, it's the same. He was indeed convicted. He was charged and convicted. Being charged and being convicted is two different things. He was charged and he was convicted. They gave him a sentence. Okay? That's for the ones in the back. They gave him, it's on the paperwork, y'all. And this is my thing. If you don't understand what you read, well, I ain't gonna say you can't read some, but don't present it as if you know what you're talking about or presenting your opinion as a fact. Don't do that. Read the paperwork and tell your people, hey, I don't really know what this means. I'm not a legal expert, but make sure y'all go look for yourselves like I do. I tell y'all all the time, don't just take my word for it. Because I'm only human. I ain't perfect now. It's a difference between unintentionally giving false information and intentionally doing. When it's intentional, that's what makes it a lie. For the ones in the back, don't let that go over your head. When it's intentional, meaning you're doing it on purpose, it's purposely done. That's what makes it deceptive. Just giving your opinion and then unintentionally putting out false information that don't make it deceptive if you unaware of what you're doing. It's not purposely done. It's not done in a harmful manner to hurt somebody. Anyways, okay. So can y'all see this good though? Because I literally made this big. I hope y'all can see it good. Can y'all see that good? One person let me know in the chat if it's big enough. Who on their phone? Because if you're on your TV, I know it's big. Can y'all see it good? Like to where it's not blurry or anything like that? Okay, thank you, Miss Lisa. So this right here, y'all, is his initial relief requested. It's underlined at the top. Relief requested means what he wants as an outcome, right? For, as basically a consequence. He's asking for consequences. This is what he wants, relief, okay? So it says, due to the repeated and serious violations of the final divorce decree by the respondent, I respectfully request that the court hold Miss B Battle in contempt and take immediate action to prevent further endangerment of our child by granting me full custody of our daughter. Let me say this, y'all, because I feel like because of what happened in that mediation, a lot of people kind of let it go over their heads and taking it as a final situation. And it's not. Pay close attention to the word temporary. Please, y'all. Pay close attention to that because it's there for a reason. The word reserved is there for a reason. Okay? All of this has to be addressed. Them just going to court. Think about it. There was no consequence. No, outside of the few things that they were able to get through, there was no consequences given in court on that day. If we're going off the paperwork, she did not receive any consequence. So why would RH just let that slide? What's stopping her from doing all of this again? Make it make sense. That's another reason why I could say that it's not over. Not just with the paperwork, but just based off of that too. Ain't no way. They've been going to court. If that's the case, they done went to court several times. Of course, he ain't gonna pay for no lawyer and ain't nothing gonna get done. Like, come on now. Gotta get something out the deal. Yes, he did get a few things, but it's not guaranteed. Just because it's on paper doesn't mean it's going to stick. Consequences have to be ordered. Because if not, the behavior will continue. And I think he knows that at this point because they've been to court several times already and she completely ignored the order. That man been playing chess. We know that. So hold on. And shout out to the people that were saying, this is another thing I noticed too, due to the fact that custody wasn't even addressed in the temporary order. That's how I know it's going to be a whole separate hearing because it wasn't addressed. And you can see in his paperwork that he wants full custody. And not to mention that phone call that was dropped by Dawn. Shout out to Dawn for that. Shout out to her for that. Because you could tell by LaOnya's tone that it really makes her nervous. Like it got her uneasy. Because her tone completely changed when she said, and he wants full custody. That was a recent conversation. I don't think them just going to court and him getting makeup days for weekends is going to change his mind about him getting full custody of his baby. That we can't just erase everything that happened, y'all. Okay. So let's get to this, y'all, because we already almost an hour in. It says, okay, I read that part. Hold on, because I don't want to start over. My voice already going crazy, child. Court hold Miss B Battle in contempt and take immediate action to prevent further endangerment of our child by granting me full custody of our daughter, A. Hampton. This request is based on the clear pattern of behavior that demonstrates a disregard for the safety, stability, and well-being of our child. In the alternative, should the court decline to grant full custody, I respectfully request that the court enforce the following. And let me say this also, because I remember when I initially read that part, you know, people was kind of conflicted and confused about that as to why he was asking for an alternative. I would suggest anybody do that because you don't know how it's going to go in court. It's all up to the judge at the end of the day. You can't just go in court and say, "Hey, I want this and this only." It all boils down to the judge's decision. So it's always good to have an alternative, some type of back burner type situation going on when you go into court. Just in case the judge don't give you what you want, you'll still be able to get some of what you want by having that secondary option. Okay. So don't get it misconstrued or take it as, he's saying, I'll take either or. No, that's secondary. Secondary. Not I'll take either or. It's a difference between those two things. That's just in the case that the judge doesn't, once the judge sees all the information, contempts and everything, and he or she still feels like it's not enough, then hey, this is what I have as a secondary request. Okay. True Slayer say people are replaying my live and commenting that it's over and no trial is forthcoming. Side temporary is not registering with folks. Let them do them, True Slayer. One thing about me is, y'all, and I'm gonna say as kind of like a newer blogger or content creator, don't feed too much into what other people say, especially on the internet. Let them do them. You move how you move. Go off of what you go off of, and keep it pushing. Because dwelling will drive you crazy. Okay, what dwelling will drive you. Go off of how you feel. Go off of your discernment, and let them do what they do. Because at the end of the day, we all gonna have our own perspectives, opinions, all of that, right? But I'm going off the facts. Period. I'm going off the facts. And we know that a lot of people don't go off of facts. They go off of, let me see what I can use to twist and to fit the narrative that I want to use. I don't do that over here. I don't do that over here. So it is what it is, child. But yep. But you are entitled to how you feel. And I know it's frustrating. I said this yesterday. It's frustrating because it's a long time coming, y'all. But imagine how RH feel too, because he's actually in it. We on the outside looking in. This is entertainment for us. This is content for us. But this is his real life. So I try to keep that in consideration also. Yeah, it gets frustrating when you see constant, a pattern of behavior on the internet and it seems like nothing is being done. But I feel like everything that happens doesn't always make it to the internet. It don't always make it to the internet. And we also know that it's a lot of narratives and misconceptions being put out on the internet as well. Starting with those, God is so good posts that she made the same day they left from court. That was literally done subliminally to make it seem as though she had a victory in court. And I personally feel like, based on the fact that she basically dodged a B that day. That day, meaning she got another day to try to come up with something. That's how I look at it based on everything. Because I didn't read all the paperwork, his side and her side. And based on what I seen, I would say all the cards were stacked against her. All the cards are stacked against her. Nothing that she countered with would have got him put in jail. When it comes to her paperwork, y'all, the stuff that her attorney submitted as a counter, only thing they could use is the fact that he was behind on his child support and some old social media posts that was up on his page. Other than that, and them wanting him to pay her attorney fees and immediate $1,000, that's not going to land him in jail. To me, that wasn't nothing compared to what he had stacked up against her. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me get back into this. So it says, in the alternative, should the court decline to grant full custody, I respectfully request that the court enforce the following. And I'm gonna go back and forth here, y'all, because I want to go to the actual what the up, the order that was submitted yesterday. I want to go to that. So go back and forth to show y'all that he actually won in court. He won so far. Okay. So hold on. It says number one, strict compliance with the final divorce decree provisions regarding supervision and criminal background restrictions for third parties, right? Ooh, excuse me, y'all. Now, what I could do is I could read all of it that's in this one right here, the initial one, and then go to the temporary order that was issued yesterday, and then read those again to show y'all if y'all can remember what I'm saying here, or I could do one at a time. What's y'all preference? What y'all want to do? What we want to do? Y'all want me to do one at a time? Matter of fact, I don't need to do that. I forgot it's on the screen. Hold on. Hold up. Let me pull it up on my phone. I forgot. I literally got it on the screen, child. Let me see, y'all. Okay. So let's see. Custody. The first one is about third parties. So let me try to find that on the paperwork from yesterday. Let me see. Um, okay, this is about custody. We'll go back to that one. Number two is child support. Number three is social media. We'll go back to those. Four, passport. Uh, Five, notice of travel. Okay, so number six says, I just read number one, strict compliance of the final divorce decree, provisions regarding supervision and criminal background restrictions for third parties. So number six on the order, it says third parties. The parties agree and reiterate that no third party shall be around the minor child unsupervised if that person has had a conviction for child sexual and physical abuse, right? That's what RH asks for. What I have in my hand on my phone is what he asked for as relief requested. What's on the screen is his initial order. I mean, try to say it backwards. What I have on my phone is the order that they gave, that they uploaded on the court docs yesterday. What's on the screen is what RH asked for. Okay? I said that backwards, y'all. Anyways, but number six is a win for him. Because who did LaOnya ask for the baby to not be around involving, actual background? She didn't put that in her paperwork. So that was a win for him. Okay. Number two, it says, oh shoot, I did not want to click off. Okay. Number two, it says prohibit any future unsupervised contact between our daughter, emphasis on unsupervised contact, between our daughter, A. Hampton, and Walter Battle due to his criminal history and in direct violation of paragraph 4 of the divorce decree. So that also validates number 6 on the temporary order. Okay, y'all? That's also a validation for number 6. Number 3, modify the visitation. Let me go up a little bit. Hold up. Let me go up a little bit. Hold on. Since I read the top part, I can go up a good. All right. Okay. So number 3 says modify the visitation exchange terms as follows. Visitation exchanges shall occur on Fridays after school dismisses, right? With drop off occurring the following Monday when school begins. Now let's go to the order that was issued yesterday to see what they gave. So it says custody and parenting time beginning August 12, 2025 on a temporary basis. The petitioner shall be entitled to the following makeup parenting time schedule. A temporary makeup parenting time schedule. The petitioner father shall have parenting time with the minor child as follows. So that would be August 15th, 2025, 6:30 p.m. to August 17th, 2025, 6:30 p.m. August 22nd to the 25th. So that would be, hold on. Let me see, August 22nd and then August 25th. Hold on, y'all. Let me look at my calendar. Let's see. Because I think that's a Monday. August 22nd is a Friday. August 25th is a Monday. So he got that also. That's what he wanted. You can see it here. He say, with drop-off occurring the following Monday when school begins. So he got that. Let's see. Let me beginning September 1st, 2025, petitioners shall have parenting time with the minor child every other weekend from Friday at 4:45 p.m. until Sunday at 6:30 p.m. with his first weekend of parenting time beginning on Friday, September 12th at 4:45 p.m. The party shall abide by the final order and settlement agreement entered on April 16, 2024. Y'all notice how in the temporary order they kept iterating the fact that they need to abide by the final decree. Notice how RH kept mentioning that in his paperwork. Number one, strict compliance with the final divorce decree provisions regarding supervision and criminal background restrictions for third parties. Notice how he kept mentioning the final divorce decree. And it was also mentioned in the temporary order to follow it, because that's something they both agreed upon initially when they got their divorce. They put that divorce decree together. So for her to be breaking it is like, ma'am, why did you even agree to it if you ain't gonna follow it? So hold on, let's see where we at. I read number 3. Number 4, require advance, and I'm reading what's on the screen, y'all. Then I'm referring to the temporary order that's on my phone to compare and show how RH was victorious in this temporary order. Okay, require advance disclosure of all travel plans involving our daughter and provide they had a spell check right there, an opportunity to care for her during such periods. Now, let me go to number 5, because all of this is going to be relative in this temporary order too. Require the respondent to obtain my express written permission before removing our daughter from the United States for any reason, right? So that's 4 and 5 about the travel plans. Now let's go to the temporary order. Okay, let me see. Where is it? Travel plans. Okay, passport. We'll get to that. Let's see. Notice of travel. Hold on. It might be under passport too. Let's see. So passport, it says both parties, number 4 is passport on a temporary order. Both parties shall cooperate in obtaining and or renewing a passport for the minor child and execute any documents necessary upon receipt of the same, and shall split the cost 50-50 within 10 days of this court's order. At all times, mother shall be responsible for safekeeping the minor child's passport. Should father need the passport for international travel, he shall inform mother in advance of the minor child's travel date, and mother shall provide the passport to the father at least 15 days. Wait, hold on, child. They really had a spell check right there. 15 days, and then it goes to custody upon the minor child's return from travel. The parties authorize and agree that the child may engage in international travel outside of the United States with either parent. So that's why I told y'all when it came to the passport situation, it benefited both. Even though she asked for that, it benefits him too, because he can also take his child out of the country if he sees fit. They both just have to do the same things, which is consult with one another and give prior notice to, that way they can be prepared as far as taking a trip out of the country. So it says, hold on, let's see where I'm at. This order shall grant each party sole custody for the purpose of international travel and shall exist as formal authorization and consent to the child's international travel, and no further consent form shall be required. If meaning that them signing this is consent right here. So if she decides she want to take the baby to Jamaica, she don't have to ask him. She just got to tell him in advance. She got to let him know that's what she going to do in advance, right? And the same goes for her. If he got her and he say, hey, I want to take her to Jamaica, he just got to tell her, not ask her, not get permission. So that's them right here in the court order saying, hey, this is our consent right here. No further consent is needed. Okay. So hold on. Let me see where I'm at, y'all. Dang, I stay losing my spot. And consent to the child's international travel. No further consent form shall be required. If the minor child's passport is lost or stolen, the party who is caring for the minor child at the time it is misplaced shall be responsible for any fees associated with we're replacing the same. Okay. That was the passport situation, which I didn't really need to read that for this because it's not really relative. I thought they might have had some details that was relative to number 4 and 5 that's on the screen. But what I'll do is I think it fall under notice of travel. So let me read this again. Number 4 on the screen says require advance disclosure of all travel plans involving our daughter and provide me an opportunity to care for her during such periods. And number 5 says require the respondent to obtain my express written permission before removing our daughter from the United States for any reason. Okay. So notice of travel, number 5 on the temporary order. Each parent shall promptly notify the other parent of a change of address, home phone number, or cell phone number, a parent changing residence within 50 miles of the party's current home addresses must give at least 30 days written notice of the change and provide the full address of the new residence. If either parent decides to move more than 50 miles of the party's current home addresses, the parent must give at least 60 days written notice of the change and provide the full address of the new residence. Because we all know who's constantly moving in the saga, right? So we can pretty much guess who that part benefits also. Because it's given very much unstable. That girl that moved like 7 times since the saga started, which is crazy. Thank you, my Black is beautiful. I remember early in the saga, looked like she moved a week apart. I was like, damn. 1 minute it was 10 minutes away from RH. 10 minutes down the road, y'all. The whole time she's telling the world she's scared of him, but moved 10 minutes away from him. And then moved again and lied and said he doxed her and put her address out. But I think she moved again that second time because Janoskos had came into the picture and was all up in her house staying, and she didn't want nobody to know where she stayed. Well, RH. Because RH knew where she stayed that time. Thank you, my Black is beautiful. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. Okay, y'all. Let me see where we at. So like I said, we all know who notice of travel benefits, right? Which they should have been notice of change of address because that ain't really relating to travel. Even though, you got to drive to your house, but still, it should it should have been notice of change of personal information. That's what it should have been underlined as. See how Lupac's reviewing the info. Very honest, very demure, no gaslight, clock it. Thank you, Nola Bunny. And that's what I always do. That's why I know they're trying to put that lying narrative on me. Don't put that on me because you be lying to your people. Okay? Let's not do that. You can literally hear what I'm saying. And the receipt is on the screen. I provide the receipts. I'm going over it with y'all. I'm not here trying to make y'all believe something. Like I'm letting y'all see it for yourself. That's how it should be done. Instead of just, oh y'all, this is this and this is that, and I think this is what this means and this is what that means. No, we ain't doing that. Because if I'm unsure, and I could give you my perspective, but if I'm unsure, we're gonna go right there to Google. Period. Right there to Google, child. So hold on, let me see where we at. So that was notice of travel. Did I skip anything? Okay, we'll go back to child support. Let's see. We read the custody part. We didn't do the communication part, so we get into that. Let's see. Hold on. What's next, y'all? We did number 4 and 5. So number 6, award makeup visitation days to account for missed parenting time caused by the respondent's non-compliance. So missed visitation days, I read that to y'all first, right? That's under custody and parenting time, temporary makeup parenting time schedule. So starting August 15th, he gonna get her every weekend until he make up those days. It stops on August 31st. The weekend of August 31st, or if that's a Monday or whatever. That's when it stops. So he got that. He got that. Damn near the whole order so far is in his benefit. So I'm confused. They got people saying that LaOnya won. What did she win? What did she win, y'all? Besides her still having, baby girl in her custody right now. That's definitely a win. But I mean, what outside of that, what did she win? They still gotta go through the custody hearing. So it ain't over. Period. Okay. So number 7, order the respondent to consistently allow and not interfere with the petitioner's daily scheduled calls with our daughter as outlined in the final divorce decree. Okay? He kept reiterating the final divorce decree because she's not following it, even though she signed on the dotted line, child. So let's go to that. On the temporary order, it says, C, and this is under custody and parenting time on a temporary consent order. When the minor child is in the custody of one parent, the other parent shall be allowed to contact the minor child by way of phone call, video chat, or by any other reasonable means of communication. Contact with the minor child under this provision shall be every day beginning at 6 p.m. for no more than 15 minutes. The party shall continue to utilize our family wizard for all communications regarding the minor child, with the exception of phone calls which can occur on the minor child's cell phone or on the cell phone of the parties in the event that the minor child's cell phone is inoperable. Okay? So that's for him too. Like it's right here, literally. So this is, this live is for the ones in the back. Because my people get it, right? This is for the ones in the back who was confused because, y'all might be listening to something that got you confused. Like I feel like when my people leave from my live, they not confused because I broke it down. Showed them receipts. Clarified. Like if you watching somebody and they giving you some information and you still confused after they done gave you the information, 9 times out of 10, something ain't right. Something ain't right, child. And it's trying that person might be trying to spin it for a certain narrative. Period. So, okay. Because whether this, to keep it a buck, y'all, whether this benefited RH or LaOnya, I still would have did this for y'all. I still would have did it because it would have been there anyways. You can't take away from what's actually happening. So for the ones in the back who was asking who won in this situation, he did. He was victorious. He literally got everything he asked for, and they still got to go to the custody hearing. They still got to do that. That's still left. Okay? So all of those contempts concerning the child, they got to come up in court. It has to come up. It wasn't mentioned in the temporary order. Custody was not mentioned. It's a temporary order for visitation because they wasn't getting it together prior to them going to that temporary order. Keep in mind, according to him, he hadn't seen his baby since July 13th, right? So this is kind of like an emergency situation. The judge basically made them agree to something real quick, temporarily, until they can have a actual hearing and present all evidence. That's what this gives to me. That's what this gives to me. And then we're going to put the final order together after we get all evidence in, after we see the contempt and everything, right? That's what that gave to me. So let me see where we at, y'all. Did we do number 7? Order the respondent to consistently allow. Okay, I read number 7. That's about the phone calls. Number 8. Let me take Black is Beautiful off the screen real quick. Hey, Bree Bree, my love. Hey, authentic young lady. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Please hit that like button, y'all, and support my little goal if y'all can. For these lies I'm telling y'all. Listen, pay for them lies, baby. Pay for them lies, child. Y'all know they say I'm lying to y'all. Anyways, so where we at? Number 8, y'all. Number 8 says order the respondent to take immediate corrective action to remove or update any misinformation or unauthorized notations provided to the minor child's school that restrict or deny the petitioner's access in accordance with the final divorce decree. Can anybody tell me if this was addressed in the temporary order? Somebody let me know. I read it to y'all in its entirety yesterday. Was this addressed? Was this addressed, y'all? Let me see. Let me see. Let me look at this order real quick with one more again. Let me see. Hold up. Just to make sure. Just to make sure, you all. Okay, I see custody. I see the exchange where they're gonna be making the exchange. He got the makeup days. Okay, I see the 50-minute calls. I see the child support situation. Let me see. I see social media situation with the, those posts that they made yesterday or day before. I see that. Oh, excuse me. Uh, Copyright infringement. We ain't even got to that yet. Let me see. The part shall limit social media posts of the child to include only positive interactions. Okay. I see the passport situation, notice of travel, and then the last one is what is this? Notice of travel shall be each party hereby agrees that neither party's address shall be furnished. Okay, so basically no doxing. Uh, each parent shall notify the other at least 2 weeks in advance of out of state travel and 30 days in advance of any travel out of the country. Third party and the remaining issues. So I'm guessing that what it is, number 8, right, will fall under remaining issues, number 7 on the temporary order. What y'all think, y'all? Am I tripping? Right? Am I tripping? Or would he want this to be addressed also? Because it wasn't addressed in mediation, apparently, because it's not on the temporary order, right? They didn't talk about the fact that he wants to be able to visit his child's school so that he can see how she's doing. He want to be able to go to lunch sometimes. He'd want to go to graduation. He want to do all of that, right? So that's not on the temporary order, but it is in his relief requested. So I would think that all of these things that's not on this temporary order is going to be addressed in the next hearing, in the next court date. For the ones in the back. Anyways, so let me finish reading, y'all, because I didn't finish. Because if it's not in the temporary order, that means that she does not have to abide by it. If it's not an order, she already wasn't following the final divorce decree. So why would she call the school and switch it up and change it up if they didn't say she had to? So I'm pretty sure he would want that addressed as well. So it says, in accordance with the final divorce decree, and to restrict, hold on. I'll try to skip the whole sentence. And to affirmatively notify the school of the petitioner's legal right to attend school functions, meet with educators, and visit the child as permitted in the final divorce decree. That would fall under number 7. Number 7, remaining issues. All other issues not expressly addressed herein are reserved. Okay? Thank you, Miss Valerie. You say, Pac, that person, no, you didn't lie. That's just being used to make another video. It's all about the money. Ray Charles can see through that ish. Something to talk about. That could be true. Yep, that's true. All about the money, but it's all good. You know, I know how the game go, y'all. I don't care at the end of the day. Like I said, I make a little joke about it here and there, but that don't bother me. As long as y'all know what it is, the ones that support me, that's all that matters. I could care less about what somebody's saying that does not genuinely support me. I've always been that way. Your opinion does not matter over here, baby. Period. Because you don't do nothing for me. Now, if I could send you my cash app, you want to put something on the light bill, then I might consider it. But other than that, the only opinions that matter on the internet to me is the people that genuinely support me. Other than that, I don't care. But I will make a little 1-2 joke on your ass. That's about it. But y'all, all that y'all, I don't care about stuff like that. Because I'm logical. Like if I'm gonna say you lying, I'm gonna prove you lying. I'm gonna show proof that you're lying. Okay. Anyways, uh, thank you again, Miss Valerie. I appreciate you, my love. Hey, Miss Mabel. Hey, Brandy. Okay, so where we at, y'all? Number 9. Yeah, we're on number 9. Number 9 says grant any other relief the court deems just and appropriate in furtherance of A. Hampton's best interest. Okay, so that was that. That was on his initial order, right? And the order that was submitted the other day was like a summary. It was like basically resubmitting as a summary from his attorney, because initially it was a pro se, right? He was pro se initially, so his attorney resubmitted it, under his name on the paperwork. Okay, let me see. Did we miss anything with the temporary order? Let's go back and see. Uh, Hold on, y'all. Okay, I think I read custody and parenting time. So custody and parenting time, which is number 1, that benefited RH because they gave him, his parenting time that he asked for, like his makeup days. Thank you, Miss Nina. You say, here you go, Lupac. This is for you telling us lies and supporting our boy, Real Father Gang. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, my love. Not the telling lies, y'all. Listen, we gonna joke about that for a little minute. So he got the parenting time, y'all, that the makeup time. So that's the first one that he wanted. The number 2 is, wait, hold on, because they got a section C. B is the party shall exchange the minor child back. Okay, so another thing too that falls under the parenting time is section B, where it says, it's talking about the pickup, right? Because keep in mind that in the initial contempt order that he submitted, he was expressing the fact that she basically he would go to pick up the baby and she wouldn't be there. And then it would cause a whole lot of confusion. And then when he'll text her, she'll be like, oh, I'm at such and such spot, knowing that they had already been, meeting at another spot for the baby. So they gave him that also. They basically put their foot down with the pickup spot. So that's B. And then C is the phone call situation under the parents' time. That's another perk for him. That's another thing he asked for. 2 is the child support situation. I didn't read the amount, but a few people did. So I'm pretty sure y'all know that it was deducted, and that's what he asked for. He didn't ask for a certain amount, but he asked for a deduction, and he got it. Okay, so that's another one. 3 is social media. I feel like number 3 is beneficial to both. Also, they both had to make those posts per the court. It was mandated by the court that they both make a post requesting that bloggers or supporters, anybody in support of them, take down certain videos and stop moving forward, to stop discussing what happened in that with their situation, blase, right? So I feel like number 3 was beneficial for both. Number 4, passport, that's another one, beneficial for both. So 3 and 4, I think, is the only ones that was beneficial for both. Everything else benefited him. It's pretty much stuff that he asked for. Number 5, notice of travel. That's basically saying in the event that any party moves, leaves, we need updated personal information, email, address, phone number, all of that, right? That's what notice of travel is. So that is something that RH asked for. Because I think he's a little more stable than she is. He ain't moved as much as she has in this saga. If I'm not mistaken, during the saga, I think RH only moved one time from that big house that she left him stuck with that she wanted to stay in to the where he stay now. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, that's just based off my recollection. That ain't a actual factual statement. Let me get that context so they can't say I'm lying when I said I think he only moved once. You got to clarify over here because some people don't get it. Anyway, so thank you, Bree Bree. You say Lupac baby, all facts, not fiction over here, my girl. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you, y'all. So let me see. Nola Bunny says she has a huge problem following directions. Directions really need consequences. Yep, I agree. Because if you ain't gonna get it together, something has to be done. But you know what? Even though she was the one who got the courts involved as far as putting him on child support and all that, I think that was good. That was a good thing to do because it keeps a track record. Now he's able to keep a track record and he can literally go above her when she's insubordinate. When she don't follow the order, he can go above her. And that's beneficial for him because that will literally boil it down to her losing custody. If she keep disobeying this order, that is grounds for losing custody. You don't just lose custody because you unfit, you unstable, you whatever else or whatever, like emergency situations. You can lose custody also if you keep going against the court's order with visitation, parenting time, whatever. If she keeps going against that order, that is grounds for losing her full custody status or physical legal custody. Let's say that. Because when you got full custody, the father don't really see the child at all, child. Not with full custody. But she got physical legal custody. It's a difference, y'all. It's a difference. So, let me see. I did pass for a notice of travel. Uh, did I miss anything? I don't think so. Number 6, third parties. The parties agree and reiterate that no third party shall be around the minor child unsupervised if that person has had a conviction for child sexual or physical abuse. So that's in his favor that he wanted that. And number 7, everything else. Emphasis on everything else. Number 7, remaining issues. All other issues not expressly addressed herein are reserved. That's for the ones in the back. So if you looking at this order and you're telling people that because it's not addressed, just completely skipping over number 7, right? Oh, because it wasn't addressed, that means it's over with. That means they agreed to just no, that's not how that go, baby. That's not how that go. And once it does get to that point, y'all, when it gets to the point when they go back, all of you people who were misinformed, you need to really sit down and think about it. Okay? I'm telling y'all to start, don't just take people's word for it. Like it's literally accessible. This information is accessible to anybody. You just gotta pay a little fee and you gotta know where to go get it. Okay. I personally don't have to get it myself. I have a source, well, sources that gets the information and sends it to me. Shout out to them for that. Because they do they one too, helping me out with this information. Baby. They do they one too, baby. But yeah, y'all, anybody, it's public record. You just gotta pay a little fee. That's it. And like I said, liars don't typically tell you that. Liars ain't gonna tell you to go get some information to validate what they saying. No, they don't want you to know nothing because they want you to believe the lie. Period. Child. I feel like I'm chastising some cheering. Thank you, Miss Simone. Thank you, my love. Thank y'all for supporting my little goal. You said give did she give him millions followers platform back? That I think that would fall under remaining issues also, because that wasn't addressed here either. The only thing that was addressed, hold on, let me go back, because they did have a section where, okay, so under social media, there's a section, I forgot about that part. Thank you, Miss Patricia, where it says respondent shall immediately remove the copyright infringement report slash claim report number, and it's a long ass number, against petitioner's video, which was reported on February 13th, 2024. Y'all remember, I told y'all, I remember when they did those lives. RH did a live basically going off saying how she hit him with a copyright strike on his video from when he was in the hospital with cancer, and Dasharia was in the video, and she tried to, put a copyright on it or whatever. So yeah, that's what they referring to right here. I remember it like it was yesterday. And he needed that removed because that's what got his monetization taken. Okay? So hopefully once it's removing, he can get it back. It ain't guaranteed because y'all know Facebook is in a frenzy right now. Facebook is all over the place because they didn't got hit with so many lawsuits, and they just a mess. So it says and provide proof of the same to counsel for petitioner's review and confirmation. Basically, she had to remove it and send him proof that she did it to him and his attorney. The party shall limit their social media. Okay, I read that part earlier. That's about only posting a baby with positive interactions and no mention of legalities in court and litigations and all of that when the baby is around. Okay, so I didn't address everything, but like I said, y'all, any contempt that RH filed that was not addressed in the temporary consent order, not temporary court order, temporary consent order falls under number 7, remaining issues. Okay, all of that falls under remaining issues. They ain't just saying, oh, well, we gonna just address this and bump or forget everything else he had concerns about. That's not how court works. So yeah, that's gonna be dealt with at a later date. Period. Period. Poop. Period. Poop. Okay. Miss Tracy say, let's take this down because we done with this. All I can say is that you are amazing and you know exactly what you are doing. You are a blessing and keep it coming. They see it but can't do anything about it. Thank you, Miss Tracy. I appreciate you, my love. Thank y'all. Chosen by God say, hey, can someone drop the membership for Pac? I would like to get one. Okay, I'm gonna put it in. Hold on. Let me get it. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. And if y'all have any other concerns or questions, put in the chat. I'll answer it to the best of my ability. But y'all, excuse me, y'all. Your girl is tired. Your girl is tired. Okay. Hold up. Give me a second to do this. All right. Okay. Membership link is, thank you, Sweet Queen. She was right behind me too. The membership link is in the chat, y'all. For the ones who asked for it. Let me see what y'all. Let me put my phone up to charge the phone. I mess up my battery from overcharging it. Thank you, Miss Lolita. Truth teller, big stepper. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. Okay, let me see. I seen something. Somebody asked, did she take the strike off? Where's that question? I know I seen that. I don't see it now. Hey, Sassy M. Okay. Unfortunately, there's a lot of lost people out here. Yep. And you know what's another thing that's unfortunate about this saga is the fact that things can actually happen. Like this situation, for instance, right? It's really a waiting game right now, y'all, where another court date is issued or whatever. How I want to say this. Things can happen. People can see it happen in real time and they still don't believe it. Like That is crazy to me, especially when it's dealing with this generation is so I can't even say this generation. Let me stop saying it. Nowadays, social media is so validating to people to where they won't even believe black and white in court. That's crazy. That is blasphemy. The fact that people will literally believe people on social media over the black and white is beyond. Ooh, child, but I'm gonna continue moving the way I move. Okay. To the ones that want to keep being sheep and just letting people tell you anything, do what you do, baby. Hopefully you don't run into a brick wall or fall off of a cliff from doing that. Let me see. Michelle said that usually means the judge ruled on some things but left others with no. The judge didn't rule on anything, if you ask me. Because now, had it been a temporary court order, that's when the judge intervenes and rules, regardless of if the two parties agree. But this is a temporary consent order, y'all. That's why I told y'all in the beginning it's a difference. So this is these two people coming together, trying to, find some common ground temporarily until they can really, really get in there and the judge can go over all the evidence and all of that and then give the final order. Okay, if that makes sense to y'all. But yeah, now if it was a temporary court order, that's when the two people can agree and it's just a little quick 1-2 and the judge has to hurry up and make a decision, like a temporary decision on it until the judge can really sit down and go over everything to give a final decision. It's a difference. That's why I say y'all also look up those terms as well. Look up those terms because I want everybody to, not be confused or don't just take my word for it. Like, educate yourself as well. Those reserve issues are still open. So yes, that's a good chance you'll have another hearing or need to deal with. Yep, definitely at a later time. Facts. Hey, Sassy M, did I speak to you earlier? I think I did. Let me go down. I'm trying to see if y'all got some questions. Y'all hit the like button for your girl. Did she take the strike back? Okay, I found it. I don't know. She was supposed to, because if I'm not mistaken, I think it said immediate. So she was supposed to and also send proof that she did, right? So it's not we wouldn't be able to tell. Like that's not something we would be privy to unless RH was to come here and say, hey, she removed the strike. So I don't know, my love. Just know it was ordered. Let me see. 20. That ain't too bad. Yep, they are misinformed with the fake lawyer over there. Those issues can definitely be heard. No comment. Exactly, Pop. You can't just file and then say, "Oh, we aren't going to address that." Period. I know I would be suing somebody in court. I know if I then did all of this, hired a lawyer, and then they just say, "Oh, we're not going to address none of your concerns." That's a problem for me because they're concerns for a reason. I filed them, took my precious time, type all of this up, laid all of this out with evidence slash exhibits to show proof, and you ain't gonna address none of this, which means that the party in question can continue the behavior that brought forth my concern in the first place. We ain't doing that. Now, what you can say is, okay, we're gonna do this little 1-2 real quick. Issue this temporary order. That way, we can kind of put our foot down until we can really put our foot down. Once we go over everything you got, everything you got. That's how I look at it. So where? So we're looking at a September court date. Child, Micheline, don't put a date on it. Let me say that, y'all, because think about how long it took for this. Only thing I'll say is based on my experience, my knowledge with the Georgia court system, y'all. I wouldn't put a date. Don't put a date on it because they slow. Like they are slow. Think about it. This been like this whole court, everything dealing with court in this saga has been dragged out because of the way the court system moves. Louisiana, we not like that. We're not. We They don't be backed up like that out here. They don't. But I ain't never seen no court system like Georgia until I, started covering this saga. But what I will say is when the dates come up, Pop gonna be on it. I can tell you that. Pop gonna be on it, and I'm gonna definitely let y'all know. So, um, Gemini said, I hate that the child has to be touched before taking her being left alone by a PDF file series. It's, that right there is so disturbing to me. And it's not so much that it, well, yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. That's basically saying that that's the only time they're gonna really, really, really take it serious. So it's really an unfortunate situation because it's basically saying I see your concerns, but they don't mean nothing to me. That's what I take from that, Gemini. Like I see your concerns, I hear your concerns, but until that your child is, something actually happens with your child in particular, we ain't gonna really do too much. That's what I take from that. And that's sad, bro. It really is because it's like you don't have no control or you don't have 100% control over your child's safety. That's how I feel about it. When you want to, control, I mean, not control, but protect your baby by all means. And it's even worse when the mother, you got to go through the ringer just to get the mother to abide by that. That is crazy. That's crazy. But it makes me think back to the cameras in the rooms. So I don't know, y'all. That whole situation is just, whew. But just know he's doing his part. If we're going off the paperwork, he's doing his part. He's doing what he can. I'm pretty sure he knows and he's been advised by his attorney that it's a process and it's gonna take time. But what's gonna happen is gonna happen. God is still in the midst of this. God is in the midst of this, y'all. So, yep. Let me see. Where we at? Long as follows been doing that. Some people rather believe the lies over truth. If they dealt with truth, they'd have to take a hard look at themselves. You know what? I feel like in this saga, and that's one of the most unfortunate parts about this saga is the fact that um the truth don't really matter to people in this saga anymore. It's all about what narrative we can push to make it look like we're being truthful or the party that no, it's all about winning. It's all about winning and getting the upper hand and not the actual truth. Because if we're going off the actual truth and court documents and stuff like that, RH is the victim in this situation. If we going off of actual court documents and things that have happened, he is real life the victim. Period. And he has won at every court date. Is worked in his favor from the protective order she tried to get to the other contempt court dates to the divorce court date. All of that worked out in his favor. Look at the paperwork. It'll tell you. It'll tell y'all. Let me see where we at. Them being heavy on Momo not being around Robert, but defend Momo being around Petty Daddy Walt is diabolical. It really is. It really is. Sister Gal say that girl should be ashamed of herself. How you have your babies around ex offenders and abusers. What are you doing to protect them? Ooh, child. It couldn't be me, baby. Daddy, brother, cousin, uncle, friend, long-standing friend of the family, fake uncle. I don't care. You can't be around my child with that. Period. Because I look at that as a sickness. Once you do it to one child, that's not like uh robbing a bank. It's not like robbing a bank or I'd rather, you know what, y'all? Let me not say that because they gonna take my words and twist it. I was about to say something crazy, but I ain't gonna say it because they do too much. They they do too much, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all members only. Just remind me if I can remember. But they like to take my words and twist it, so I ain't gonna say that. But I don't play by that. I do not play by that. Nope. I don't trust nobody around my child like that. My girl, even though it can happen to boys too, but Ham, uh-uh. I don't care who it is. She not spending the night. Nope. My own daddy. He tried, he be wanting his grandkids and stuff too. Ham ain't spending the night with no man. I don't care who it. And it ain't to say I can't trust my dad because I trust my dad with everything in me. But that's my baby girl. And I feel like once a little girl's innocence is gone, they can't get that back. They can't get that back. So it's just a precautionary thing. I'm gonna protect her by all means. And she's very vocal. And I explain, even at 7 years old, I have certain talks with her about what's inappropriate because it happens. Like it's so unfortunate that you even have to talk to a child at that age about that type of stuff because it happens to them so young, and they too need to be aware of when something is right and wrong. That is crazy, y'all. That is. I don't even like talking about that type of stuff, but it's just unfortunate. Um, Let me see. It's amazing how people switch up the truth. People don't like the real reality. Sad. That fake law is going out bad. My phone going crazy. Um, Miss Sister Gal said, I don't give a dang if she go to jail or not. Protect them babies. Dang it. Yup. Facts. Michelle said, right, temporarily, but other issues can be brought up, meaning cases not closed, as they are saying. It even says pending in the court file. Listen, Michelle, you better let them know, sis. You better let them hoes know. Let them know. I'm just gonna sit back and chill, do what I do, and wait for it to be updated. Right? Wait for it to be updated. You know, you ain't gotta be a lawyer to be knowledgeable or to even have experience. Because that even with people, even if somebody say, "Oh, I got experience with that," experience does not always mean working in that field. Experience can mean you being around it a lot. That also validates your experience. So it is what it is. But we just gonna wait and see. We're gonna wait and see. Let me see. Let me go down. Whew, it feels good in here, y'all. It's so hot outside. It's sad she never told him about her dad years ago. Yep. And that, you know what, SD, since you brought that up, that's another thing we don't really know. Is if she if she knew about it, if she really, really knew about it, or if she didn't know about it and like found out later. See, I don't know, y'all. That's another thing I would like to know. Is if she knew about it and she acting like she didn't know about it, or if she did. For real. Like that has never been disclosed either. So that's another thing that's kind of like what? Um, let's see. Hold on, y'all. Trying to get closer to the bottom so we can get up off of here. Same Pop Zero Tolerance. Hey, Miss Yolanda. Say it, Pop. Shout out to Rakita. Sierra said, I definitely pray a story isn't presented in the future because we are witnessing in real time how this can be avoided. Yep. Thanks. What's up, Latoya, Jackson, Miss Brenda, Kim Kobe? The best times of my childhood was spending weekends with my grandparents. Girl, listen, those were the times. Our kids now don't know nothing about that. Making them pallets, sleeping on the floor. I'm talking about cucumber and tomato. My papa used to have his garden. He had us watermelon. He had us um peach trees. We used to go pick the watermelon out the garden, the cucumber, the tomato, and make some with some vinegar and some seasoning all this salt and black pepper. Talk about pressure. Those were times for us, babe. We had to drink out the water hose. Okay, it wasn't no running in and out the house. My grandma used to lock the screen door on us. She'll give one water jug, and we all had to drink out the same water jug, child. It wasn't no old paper cups and child no. Now she did buy paper plates, but she had a lot of grandchildren to feed. And then nobody was well, we still had to wash a lot of dishes too, but she'll buy them paper plates. Let me see. Rakita say, what's so crazy to me is that they want to protect them twins from social media, but not protect the others from a PDF file. That's true. That is true. And I'm intrigued to see how that play out too, because of how Janash's is. Because it's given he's gonna be really protective over them. He ain't gonna play that. So I'm interested to see how that turn out later. Um Hot and Spicy said, wait, did I read it? Yeah. Hot and Spicy said, when you are more worried about child support, rather having two parents in the child life is ridiculous. It's not like he's not doing anything for her. Exactly. Exactly. And to add to that is the fact that you the reason why his income was affected in the first place. Had you not did what you did, he wouldn't even be asking for a deduction. Because one thing I could say about him based on seeing him is that he don't care about child support. He made that clear on several live streams. Y'all, and not just that, right? Just saying that too, another thing that validates that is something that was in the paperwork. I'm not going to say it here because I don't want to put out his personal business, but it was something that was in the paperwork in the initial filing of his contempt that showed that he did everything he could. Let me just say that, he did everything that showed me that he don't care about child support for real, for real. He don't like his livelihood until his livelihood started declining. I'll say that, but just know that that man he gonna take care of his child. Period. And she knows that. She know that he took care of hers too. Child. For real, Kim. It's a lot. Hey, Envy Me. You said I just finished watching a replay now. Catch you live. Love you. I love you too, my girl. Hey, Miss Tanya. She knew, but because did her allegedly essay her sister? Oh, I forgot about that. That's why the mom left. That's what Dawn said. So that's what Dawn. That was third party information, y'all. So that could be true. That could be true. Dawn did say that. I forgot about that. Um, I wonder if Walt could be around a twin. He already be around them. He already be around them. Hey Natia. Family court in Boston is the same way I had to go through it with my kid's dad. Oh wow. Solid as a rock. Shout out to you. She knew about Daddy Longleg. That nickname never get old. What's up, Tisa? She knew about it because allegedly it was her sister from her mother, not Walt's daughter. Yeah, I forgot about that, y'all. The dates be far apart for your next court date, especially in Georgia, especially there. Michelle said my kids have definitely spent tons of time with my parents. They are the best, y'all. I got my children have the best grandparents, like the best. You swear they the baby daddies, child. Well, the baby daddy. I only got one baby daddy, y'all. But on both sides, my mom and their dad's mom, like my children don't go without nothing. If I tell them no, they go to their grandparents because they know they not gonna tell them no at all. They're not gonna tell them no. Like I be so mad about that because you don't want your kids to be spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Like you want them to know that life you ain't gonna always be handed everything. But when these grandmas is different because when it was us, child, we couldn't get shat. Not we could get some stuff, but we didn't have it as easy. Like it was tough. It was tough. Nowadays, child, them grandmas somebody totally different. They somebody totally different. I be like, who are you? You ain't the same person I grew up with. What's up, JoJo? Ricky to say, hey, Pac, did you speak about the doctor? What doctor? What you talking about, girl? elaborates to Lil. Is he really her father? I would think so. She looked just like Walt. That girl looked just like Walt, y'all. Um, yes, Olita, he did contrary to what they want to believe. Yep. Missy said she probably told Lala to stay with Mama whenever she leaves. It's not right, but she probably feel like she doing something. They say, child, leave us alone. We are better grandparents. Best y'all are. Y'all really are. Like, I'll be like, "Uh, we used to get whipped and everything, child. You put your hand on them people grand cheering, and they swear it's the end of the world. They swear it's the end of the world. Like, I love it though. I'm talking ish, but I love it. I love that. I love that for them cheering. I love that. Like my oldest son, y'all, he addicted to the rock revival jeans. They like 200 something dollars a piece. And no, you got to work for that. When it come to me, you have to work for that because that's materialistic. That's not a necessity. That's a want. And I make him work for it. He's 17. You gotta work, you gotta do some work for that. Cause no, that you don't that's expensive to me. Especially when you want them all the time too. But my mama, he'll go to her and she just buy 'em. Talk about go to Dillard's and pick. No, we ain't doing that. You bought them, you gonna go get them because I told him no. Child. But like I said, y'all, they spoiled. Them grandparents different. They different, child. Um, oh Lord. Somebody say, hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up. Um, so this lady said, remember I told y'all that I have a lot of Bree supporters that support me, right? From the bushes. People that message me over time. Now, it wasn't like that early in the saga. They couldn't stand me. They hated my guts, child, because they really believed that she was a victim. But don't get it twisted, y'all. It's a lot of supporters, people that support her that really don't believe the foolishness. Like they about the facts. Let me just say that. And they didn't seen how things then then went over time. Like they didn't see how things then changed up. They didn't see her true character. I didn't got people that, she didn't disrespected in the comments that then came over here. I got people that still support her that watch me too from the bushes. And they let me know. Some of them inbox, some of them let me know. I don't respond a lot of times. And don't take offense to that, y'all. I'm just real protective over my peace. That's why I stay out that inbox. Okay, it's nothing personal. Let me just say that it ain't personal. But they got somebody that just commented under my post on my wall, the post that I made that says there are over 51 million channels here on YouTube, and y'all still find the need to come and watch my little channel, right? So somebody commented and say, Lupac, I love your content. I'm actually entertained by the lady across the street content. I'm not on anyone's side because I'm a grown woman and I know how to rightly divide truth. The issues that Bree and RH are going through is everyday life folk stuff. That's true. But the lady across the street, she will fabricate or do whatever it takes to fit her narrative. And that's just my observation, not being on either side. What she says online and in private is too, oh Lord. What she says online and in private is two different things, and that can't be trusted. Aside from all that, very, very, I tell you the truth. A lot of this is a distraction. Let's refocus. The Almighty is coming for his people soon. They just made that comment, y'all, like 3 minutes ago. So I didn't read this prior. Okay. I just got that notification and they just commented on my post 3 minutes ago. That's crazy. But like I told y'all, it's a lot of people that support me in the bushes. They'll send me cash apps and be like, please don't say my name. Shout out to y'all because I know it's genuine. Because I always say, if a person send you their hard-earned money, not saying if you don't bless somebody financially, don't get it twisted, y'all. Please don't get it twisted because some people don't have it to give. and that's understandable, right? But one thing I always say that is if a person supports you financially, you know it's real because people ain't, well, let me take that back, because you got trolls that will buy a membership just to be nosy. So, but if it's consistent, but that's not a jab at nobody who can't support financially. Long as you hitting that like button and you watching, you still supporting, especially if it's consistent. So all of it counts to me. All of it counts, right? Who child? Where we at? Terry said he gonna apply as an Uber driver. That but you know what? He been driving my car right now. Cause he's in driver's ed, y'all. My child got a heavy foot though. I be so scared because I'm like, man, I'm just scared. I'm just that parent. Like I'm very proactive. I think ahead. I think about everything, which drives me crazy, and I just be worried. But he got a heavy foot. He be wanting the speed. And I'm like, if you doing that with me in the car, I know what you're gonna do when you get your own car. So that be kind of worrying. But I highly doubt he gonna apply as an Uber driver, bro. Cause he, I ain't gonna say he lazy, but um, I really don't want him to work because he's going to college. So I want him to focus on his schoolwork, and I'm gonna pay his bills like I always do. Pay his bills, child. But yeah. Hey Aisha. Hey Kimberly W. Love that for them. Yep. They be loving the truth. And the fact that they know um I'm not even saying that to you ain't get me in trouble. I ain't saying that, but that's funny. That is funny. You get numbers and views, and I love that for you. Thank you, Kim Colby. It be slow sometimes though, y'all. That's why I be telling y'all, support my little goal, because when them views ain't viewing, that those supers help. Like it really do help to keep a consistent revenue on YouTube, especially if you a smaller channel. If you a smaller, now if I had a, if, when they got them big channels, the view, like they views always viewing, so they ain't got that issue. That's why I can't wait till I get to that level. But I'm gonna be doing a lot of giveaways because I'm real big on that, on paying it forward. That's how I move in real life. And I feel like you get, and based on my experience, when you a giver, like you get a lot of blessings. That's how I get a lot of my blessings. Like I literally give somebody in one day and get a blessing that same day. It happens like that all the time. That's how I know God be working for real. That's how I know. But anyways, y'all, we at the 2 hour mark. I'm finna get off here because I want to go catch Kevin live. He got on live a little early. I thought he was gonna go live at like 3:30, but I see he live now, so I wanna watch that. I'm gonna go eat me some lunch, child. If I ain't back later, cause I might. Y'all interested in the stuff that's going on with Sherelle? Cause that's going viral. Like that situation going viral, and y'all know every blue moon I throw another situation into this, into the our content. If y'all interested in that, put it in the comments under this live. Just put a one. Just put a one. If y'all interested in the viral stuff that's going on about the scamming and all that with Sherelle, put a one in the comments, and I might come back as a nightcap and do a live. We might do a nightcap live, y'all, because this is an early live, so I might have time to do another one because I ain't got too much to do later, unless no, I ain't got to do that. I can wait. But anyways, I love y'all. Thank y'all for rocking out with your girl on this live. Thank y'all for being tuned in, being consistent with the viewership. That is greatly appreciated. The like button, the engagement, all of the above, the financial support, everything that y'all give, I appreciate it to the fullest. I love y'all, and I'll see you guys. If I don't see y'all later for a nightcap, I'll see y'all on live tomorrow, y'all, because I set a goal for myself. So I will be going live. I'm gonna try to go live every day, if possible. Y'all know how they go with me. I'll say it, but it ain't guaranteed. But I'm gonna try because I like maybe every other month I set a goal for myself on YouTube. So this is one of those months, child. So we'll see what happens, y'all. But anyways, I love y'all, and I'll see you guys, if not later, tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, you tuned in to Lac Baby. She don't follow trends, she follow facts.
Receipts ready, energy heavy. Let's go, let's go.
L-U-P-A-C, baby don't play, she speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back, all receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-E-N-T, bring in truth to the streets.
Go. She don't do drama, she drop data. Scroll the page, now or later. You'll see lies get exposed and the fake get froze like refrigerators. Name ring bells like second line. Speak real, no need to lie. She from the south with a strong survive and snakes don't make it out alive.
L-U-P-A-C, ain't no faking on the screen. Call a judge, call a jury, she deliver with that heat. You won't clap, but she got truth. No sugar in her speech. Independent, bold and real, this Lac Baby. Capiche?
They scrolling, she exposing. They trolling, she compose. See, Lupac don't just react, she the code what's not disclosed. From screenshots to timelines, receipts in real time. You playing checkers, she playing chess. Every move defined, got that hustle in her bones. No cosign built to own. Views go up when she speak up. This platform here a throne.
L-U-P-A-C, baby don't bend, she speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back, all receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect